Now we're going to look at a hip hinging motion. A hip hinging motion at first sight is probably quite difficult to see its relevance to sport and also general population health. For general population, one of the key factors behind lower back pain, which is probably the most predominant thing that we see in a physiotherapy clinic, is that end range lower lumbar flexion, so the lower back rounding as you're bending over. So for example, when you touch your toes, you're probably most likely to get that range by flexing through your back. And that continued flexion through your lower back throughout your daily life, whether that's sitting at a desk or whether that's just walking around picking up objects, is probably going to be the thing that's going to cause the most amount of pain. Now, conversely, if you have particularly tight hip flexors, you may actually have your pelvis in an anteriorly tilted position, which is where it rolls forward. That actually means that your lower back is going to be under constant pressure whenever you're doing something. Now, where a hip hinge motion comes in is what it does is it teaches you to be able to isolate the hip joint as you're bending over while maintaining a neutral spine. And this building strength in this position, and not only supports the kind of musculature around your trunk, and including your glutes, but it actually trains you to have the kinesthesia to be able to do this. So when you are in daily life, you can suddenly switch on and you know exactly how you should be moving to kind of help your back. When it comes to kind of sporting movements, the hip hinge is a real chance, again, for being able to build up strength through your lower back, but also to be able to develop hamstring strength and glute strength, and also to be able to improve hip extension. Hip extension, or kind of throwing your hips forward, you might be heard, is really key for you moving forwards, whether that's accelerating out the blocks in athletics or just running after a ball, okay, going quickly. And being able to project your hips forward is going to be able to mean you're going to be able to move that a little bit faster. Now we're going to take a little bit look at the technique behind it and some little practices that can help you improve your technique. Being able to hip hinge or do a stiff leg deadlift competently without really having to think about it a lot is really kind of the gatekeeper for being able to progress onto more complex exercises that are actually going to be a little bit more transferable to sports, such as power cleans or snatching or any kind of high explosive activities. Once you're able to hip hinge with a decent amount of weight and also really competently, it's going to be a nice, easy progression onto something more complex.